Good morning. Today, let us learn to delineate a chart without having the planets in the chart. Invariably, before even we see the qualities of the Rashi, we jump into the planets and tell the results. The method is that we should combine the qualities of the Rashi along with the qualities of the planets to give a result. But we should first understand what the Rashi is telling us or what picture the Rashi is giving us before we add the planets to the chart, which means to say that 80% of the results are given by the Rashi and the 20%, or maybe we could say 60% of the results are given by the Rashi and the 40% results are given by the planets placed in respective houses. First, the Rashi will give its qualities. It will give its gunas. It will give the positivities or the negativities to that native or to that Jataka. Then the planets will give their results. Meaning to say, if we have Cancer as the Lagna, how will the 12 houses from Cancer behave to this Jataka or to this Lagna is first and foremost to be determined. Then we have to determine how the planets will work in the houses. Now, let us take Cancer as the first house. Cancer as the first house, it is a movable sign, it is a watery sign, crab is the symbol, and moon is the lord of that Rashi. It is the fourth house from the Kala Purusha. Now, from the Kala Purusha, it is the fourth house. The fourth house means mother. So all the nurturing qualities of mother is inbuilt in the native or in the jataka. It is the Lord is moon, therefore moon being fickle minded or moon being off 15 days on 15 days, the person is always moody and he will never ever give you a fixed answer. Because it is a movable sign, they are always continuously in motion, or first physical motion, secondly they always try to adhere to what is required by the society, because again from the Kala Purusha it is the fourth house is society or the public. Then it is a crab is the symbol. So what they do, they shy away from responsibility. As we see, when a crab is touched, it goes under the ground, or when the crab senses somebody is coming on the sand, it goes under the sand. In the same way, the Cancer Lagna people generally try to brush things away instead of jumping at it, unless we have strong planets in that house. So, so what did we understand? From the first house, we understood that the native is shy, the native is moody, the native has a tendency neither to say yes nor to say no. The native has a tendency to, adhere to the society, or appearance of the public is very important. How he acts in front of the public or how he acts in public is very important to him. He is moody because of the moon, and he is movable or adjustable because of his signs. Now, let us look at how the second house will behave for this Lagna. The second house is Leo, which is a fixed sign, which is a royal sign, or it is the fifth house from the Kala Purusha. So the Purva Punya is sitting in the house of finances and sitting in the house of family, sitting in the house of early education, sitting in the house of wealth, or money rather, money. Okay. Now, it is a royal sign, it is a fixed sign, and a lion is the ruler of this Rashi, and you have the sun who is the ruler of this Rashi. So we have a fixed sign, therefore the native will have fixed income, meaning to say his childhood would not have any problems as far as finances is concerned. Even in his adulthood, he will always have the punya to have money which is required for him. He will be very proud. His family will be coming from a proud family or will be coming from a well-to-do family. Now, why would I say that his family is coming from a well-to-do family? Because the second house belongs to a Leo, and Leo is a fixed sign. Leo is ruled by Sun. Leo's symbol is a lion. The lion is a proud animal. Sun is a proud symbol. Sun is a proud planet, and it is a fixed symbol. Therefore, these qualities gets embedded in the second house Karatatvas. Now, the planet sit Now, the planets sitting on these houses will either improve or make it bad, make it will improve or make it bad. Now, let us go to the third house. Now, here the third house falls in Virgo. Virgo is the sixth house from the Kalapursha. Virgo is a dual sign. Virgo is a sign of a lady, or what I call it, a virgin. Therefore, the qualities of the virgin, its sixth house from the Kalapurusha. The sixth house from the Kalapurusha stands for Roga, Runa, and Ripu, also stands for Upachaya. That it is the third house from the Lagna. Therefore, third house stands for Parakrama, the efforts which the native will put. It is ruled by Mercury. Mercury in this house is getting exalted. It is his own house. It is also his Mula Trikona house. Therefore, when the native is wanting to put Parakrama, he will put, because Mercury is a fickle planet. Mercury is an intelligent planet. Therefore, he will put his efforts intelligently. He will not work like a donkey. He will not just work, or do things without getting a result. He will do that much of work that is necessary to give him result, and not anything more or anything less. He will use his intellectual qualities to get his work done than using hard work, which means to say he is generally not a person who will work very hard. Now let us look at the fourth house. The fourth house falls in Libra. Libra is a sign of balance. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Libra is a movable sign. It is the seventh house from the Kalapurusha. Now, the fourth house, that is the house of wealth, house of vehicles, house of mother, house of property, and house of savings, have gone to the house of balance. That is, there is a balance in this house. The mother, which is also the quality of the fourth house, is a balanced person. It is the seventh house from the Kalapurusha. Seventh house stands for spouse. Seventh house stands for partnership. So there is a kind of a partnership between the native and between his there is a kind of partnership between the native and his mother. Now, Venus is the lord of the fourth house. Therefore, because Venus is the lord of the fourth house, he will be guaranteeing to have a bungalow or a house. He will guaranteedly have wealth or fixed deposits, and he will be lucky in his vehicles, because Venus is the natural karaka for these things. Venus is a karaka for beauty, therefore he would have a beautiful house. Venus is a karaka for vehicles, therefore he'll have a beautiful vehicle. And Venus in Libra is his Mula Trikona Sthana. Therefore, this place will definitely grant him all the desires of the fourth house, including a good and a adjustable mother. Now, let us look at the fifth house. Now, here, if you notice, the fifth house is a watery sign. That is, Scorpio is a watery sign. It is ruled by a symbol of scorpion, and Mars is the ruler of this sign. It is the eighth house from the Kalapurusha. We should remember that it is the eighth house or the secretive house of the Kalapurusha, and it is a watery house, and it is considered to be dirty water, not the clean river water of Cancer. Cancer is considered to be a sea water, or to be a river water, or to be a what is called lake water, pure water, fresh water, or a open water, whereas Scorpio is considered to be a what you call it ditch water, or a dirty water, or a stale water. Therefore, the his emotions are also stale, or his emotions are hidden, because it is falling in the eighth house. His Purva Punya is the eighth house of losses from the Kala Purusha. Therefore, his Purva Punya it also gets marred. His children, which is stands for the fifth house, is also in a question. Fifth house Scorpio becoming the fifth house, being a semi fruitful house, there could be problems to have children. Now, fifth house is also the house of emotions, and Mars is a planet of emotions. Either he will burst out with emotions because Mars is a fast planet and a strong planet, or he will go, like a Scorpio, wait for his time and, punch at the end of this time. So here what we have seen, that unless and until he has favorable planets in the fifth house, he is going to have problems with his education. He is going to have problems with his children. He is going to have problems with his emotions, and he is also going to have problems with his what you call it Purva Punya, meaning the Purva Punya is lacking. Why is the Purva Punya lacking? Because he happens to fall on the fifth house. I mean the eighth house from the Kala Purusha. The eighth house is considered to be the house of Randra. It is considered to be house of diseases. So his Purva Punya is diseased. His emotions are diseased. His early educations are marred. Unless and until he has got very strong, fantastic planets in the fifth house, he is generally going to suffer with the Karatattvas of the fifth house. In the next slide, I shall explain the sixth, seventh, eighth, and the ninth houses, because I have only 15 minutes in each slide. See you in my next slide. Thank you.